Today we're going to talk about just some things that I think about when I'm on my bourbon journey. So we're going to talk about a few of those things, and we'll see how it goes. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David. And today I'm going to talk through just some things that I've been thinking about over the last little bit as far as bourbon goes. Bourbon Kingdom has been on this journey for the last 4.5 years. We've done a lot of reviews. We've done a lot of blinds. We've done a lot of different things. And as I start to look back on that stuff, I start to think about what are the things that I value in this bourbon world. And I'm just going to talk about it for a few minutes and maybe highlight a couple things that I think, and maybe even, I guess, ask some questions to you guys as people who watch bourbon videos, people who subscribe to Patreon. As a matter of fact, while you're at it, just hit the like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. That way you can be made aware of videos when they pop up and all that good stuff. So one of the things that I started to think about was, what do I value most when it comes to spending my time, my money, my efforts on bourbon? And there are a few things that do matter, and I feel like maybe you all will watch this video and you will go, duh, David. But maybe this is a good thing for you all to think about as well as you are on your own bourbon journeys and what you begin to value most. Because one of the things that when I first started out, my biggest thing was the hunt. And some of you may still be there today. Like, your biggest thrill in all of this is the hunt for super allocated stuff. And I know that there's a lot of people like that. I look at Facebook pages. I see Facebook pages where people are buying and selling and all that good stuff, and all the other avenues that come about when looking at trying to find super allocated bourbons. Just for example, I got this one on the hunt. This D.H. Cromwell. I got it on the hunt. This was an online release, and I keyboarded it up. Was trying to get it. Ended up being able to get it. There is a portion in all of this that is exciting for the hunt of it. And when I first started, it was one of the most important things. The first time I found a Blanton's, the first time I found an E.H. Taylor single barrel, the first time I found I got a BTAC, the first time I got a birthday bourbon. All these firsts that took place in my life, in my bourbon life, that kind of molded me and made me really start to hone and find and hunt and all that good stuff. And it was really, really important when I first did it. The more I've gotten along in it, the more I guess allocated stuff I've been able to come across. The realization that all this allocated stuff is not necessarily always worth it. Some of it's really good, and some of it is just okay. And if I miss out on one, I miss out on one. Zach and a couple of the other guys, they like to make fun of me because I'll show up somewhere at 8:30 when the drop, and people have been there since 4:30 in the morning or 2 in the morning, or they've stayed overnight. Like the hunt has just not been as important to me as I guess as I've gone into this more, and so it is one of those things that is important. How important is that to you? The other thing is, like, the more I get into this, the more I start to value the history of this stuff, of bourbon, and where it came from and how it came about and how it survived, and how, you know, through prohibition it survived, and just the evolution of it over a period of time. And for me, like, that's an important aspect of it too, like the history of this stuff, and being able to understand it. And I'm still so new on it. I don't know enough. I don't remember enough. I've not researched enough, but the more and more I get into it, the more and more the history of it intrigues me. And when I hear a good story about how, you know, this stuff came about and how they created, you know, all these different bourbons and stuff, and it's just and how these distilleries just kind of started to thrive at different parts and different times in their lives, and just it was a pretty cool. It's pretty cool to learn the history of it, and so in your bourbon journey, is that important for you, or you really don't care? You just want good bourbon and all that stuff. The other thing is, like, one of the things I've began to value as well is over this 4 years, is for the longest time I didn't really want anything that wasn't super, like, what wasn't allocated or wasn't deemed, I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's what would be acceptable to be on your shelf or not on your shelf. And so for me, I've slowly started to realize that there is lots of good bourbon out there. If you walk into a liquor store, chances are you're going to find a decent bourbon. You're going to find some terrible ones too. We all know that. We all know the terrible ones show up, and you buy one and you regret it instantly for buying it. But it is one of those things that happens. But when you walk in the store, there are a lot of good bourbons, and a lot of good bourbons and whiskeys and ryes and all that good stuff that don't cost what a Russell's 13 costs. This is a $200 bottle. That Cromwell is this one's like a $300 bottle. And again, those things are still exciting to get, and I'm not complaining about getting those or anything. But it's also exciting to realize, like, how much a good single barrel of Green River is, how much how good the standard Green River is, how, like, some of these companies, like this Cut Above Rye from Crittenden down in Mississippi. This is really, really good stuff. This 7-year rye is really good. $50. It's just, there are good things out there that don't necessarily come from big distilleries, and they don't necessarily cost an arm and a leg. And because of that, you start to put that stuff in your you start to appreciate that stuff that's in your collection, because it's good and it's a good staple, and you don't always have to be drinking super allocated stuff. Sometimes the situation doesn't call for it. What else? One of the other things that I think I've learned over the 4 years, and I didn't quite realize that this was going to be an important part of it, is the relationship aspect of it. The drinking the bourbon, the hunting for bourbon, the community that's built within YouTube or Patreon or Discord, like this community that becomes built, really, for me, and I'm a relationship guy, so this stuff for me is really, really important, and probably for me, this is the key to it all. This is what keeps me doing what I do. This is what keeps me, going out to stores and hanging out and spending time with people that I meet there, with the store managers, the store workers, and things like that. Is this relationship thing that has become really, really important for me. And so as I navigate through this, my best pours have been around people who I absolutely adore, who have become like brothers, who are like family to me now. And I would have never met them had it not been for this brown liquid that we've come to love so much. And so, like, all of this stuff is super cool. And I'm at a point where, like, looking at my bourbon journey and looking back on the last 4 years, I am very, very thankful that we are in the position that we are in as Bourbon Kingdom, because all of these things that have been or currently are important to me have made my bourbon journey worth it. The thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I've spent on bourbon, the thousands of dollars that I've spent on trips, the thousands of dollars that I've spent at distilleries, the thousands of dollars I've spent on experiences, all of these things have become this thing that adds to the value of what this is. And I guess if I'm saying anything, this video may not accomplish anything. I don't know what it is. But the truth is like, if I can encourage anybody in their bourbon journey, is enjoy the ride and figure out what it is that drives you in this, and then just go after it. If it is hunting and getting these super allocated bottles, keep doing it, because it's a blast. It's a blast to go stand in line and hang out with a bunch of people, sometimes overnight. Sometimes you get there at 8:30 and you get to see people, or whatever it is. If that's what it is for you, keep doing it, because it's a blast. That's part of what makes it fun for you. And so keep doing it, and keep either hopefully getting lucky, or just waiting for the next one to come around the corner as well. Or if it is the relationships that you've built, keep diving into those. Keep cultivating those relationships. And if they're over really good liquid, they're over really good liquid. I have a group of people who, some of them I've never even met in person, but I spend time with them on Mondays and Wednesdays on a video chat, and we talk about whiskey. We do blind whiskey draws, and we taste bourbons together, and we try to guess what it is and all that stuff. And these people are like, dear friends to me now, because we share this thing in common, but we start talking about life. We hear about what's going on in each other's. It's just a super cool environment, and for me, those are the things that I treasure the most. So, I don't know if this video is helpful at all, other than to say, this has been a fun ride, and I enjoy every minute of it. And so thankful that we get to do this, and we have an audience that likes for us to do this kind of stuff. And hopefully sooner rather than later, my partner will be back with us, and we can get back to kind of maybe normalcy for Bourbon Kingdom. And but until then, see you soon.